Hey guys, and welcome to Transformers. Today it is Tuesday, August the 13th, and this week we're going to be talking about what not to say to a trans man. I kind of want to preface this by saying that I have not experienced a lot of negativity in my life, therefore I think that my list is going to be shorter, and it's not going to have as much depth to it, because it's just not something that I am accustomed to. So, if I had a list, this is what it would be. If you know my birth name, if you know who I was before becoming Colby and having my name legally changed, you have no right to use that name, and I don't want you to use it. That's just common sense. Be respectful. You obviously know that I prefer the masculine pronouns, so why can't you use the masculine pronouns? That would be awesome. I would say that the next thing on my list is don't call me lesbian. I'm not a lesbian. Just because I date a woman does not mean that I'm lesbian. Just because I have female body parts doesn't give you the right to assume that that's how my sexuality goes. That really irks me. I'm not a lesbian because I don't identify with a woman. So don't call me butch. I'm not butch because you have to be a lesbian to be butch. Don't ask me what's between my legs or what isn't. It's none of your damn business. If you're not sleeping with me, I'm not going to tell you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't affect your life in any way. So I'm not going to tell you. You can deal with this. Really more goes with male to female, but don't call me a tranny. That's offensive to anyone that falls under the trans umbrella. Nobody wants to be called a tranny. I mean, really? That's probably one of the most disrespectful things you can say to somebody. Don't do it. One thing that I really hate is when people try to say, well, why haven't you dated a guy? Why don't you try it? Okay, well, why don't you try living in the wrong body and tell me how well that appeals to you when you identify as a straight man or a straight woman? Do you really want to go down that road? Don't try to tell me that my sexuality and my gender are all in one, because you're wrong. I have sex like every other person in the universe. The only difference is that chains and whips don't excite me. Particularly feminine, don't point it out to a group of people. Pull me aside and be like, hey, you look like a girl, or you're acting like a girl. That I can totally understand and totally appreciate. But if for whatever reason I am getting all prissy or whatever, just be like, dude, check yourself. I'll generally check myself and get back on track. But don't call me out. That's rude. No guy wants to admit that they're prissy unless that's who they are, especially me, because I prefer to be more masculine. And so when people say, hey, you look really masculine, or, you look really good in that shirt, that haircut makes you look good, I'm going to run with it because that's awesome. Instead of tearing down people, why can't people just bring them up and boost their confidence and make them feel good about themselves? Everyone has, to a certain extent, some sort of issue with how they look, and being trans is no different. We go through a lot of complications. We go through a lot of difficult situations and coming to terms with our bodies and coming to terms with who we are and who we want to be. And getting there is a huge process and a huge journey. So when you call us feminine or something like that, and that's not how we identify, it hurts our feelings. We have feelings too, because what? Oh my God, we're people. We are people. We're humans. And we deserve to be respected. So when you go off on some tangent about how I was born a girl, so I should like dresses and bows, I'm gonna punch you in the face because you're an ignorant fool. So that's really all I have. Like I said, I have not encountered a lot of negativity. I haven't really been called names. I haven't had a whole lot of negative things said to me, but that's basically it. Use the proper pronouns, use the proper name. Don't talk to me like you know what I'm going through. Don't talk to me like you've been there. And just treat me with respect. There's really not a whole lot else to say. It's very simple. Treat me as you would treat any other human being that you loved and cared for. Anyway, guys, that's what I've got. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you on Tuesday.